Hello, Heart River Otters. Mrs. Fridley and I are here to visit with you about our break boxes. We have some exciting new things to share, but we wanted to cover a little bit of what our break boxes are for. So, our break boxes are those puzzle mats in the back of our rooms or in the corners of our rooms or somewhere nice and private. And we have these pages to help us know what to do at the break box. And they usually look like this. They have some sort of a bin with a bunch of things in it. And these are all tools that we use to help us to calm down or regulate, right? So when we go to the break box, we're going to the break box because we're in the red zone, the yellow zone, or the blue zone. So we're having strong feelings and we're having trouble managing them by ourselves. But we don't go to the break box until we've done our desk tools. So remember we talked about we can take deep breaths. We can give ourselves a hug. We can use positive self-talk. We have all of those different tools, including our chair push-ups that we can do. And all of those tools are ones that can help us to calm down and get back to that green zone, ready to learn. If we are using our desk tools and we're still not back to the green zone, then we can go to the break box. When we go to the break box, our first thing that we do is we check in on our zones of regulation. So we might be in the red zone or the yellow zone or the blue zone. And we're trying to get our bodies back to the green zone where we're comfortable and ready to learn. Okay? So we check in on what zone we're in. And once we've done that, then we can settle in comfortably. So we have our puzzle mat and we just bought new pillows for us to be nice and cozy at our seat. Okay? So you can settle into the pillow and the puzzle spot. And then you're going to choose a breathing pattern. Okay? And we have 3 breathing patterns already set up for you. Your teacher might have more. So we've got our star breathing, our lazy 8 or infinity breathing, and our rectangle breathing or box breathing. Okay? So you have those 3. So you choose a breathing pattern. And then we have a bunch of positive affirmations, right? This is that positive self-talk that we visit about. Okay? And we can choose one. There's lots and lots of them here to choose from. So I'm going to choose the rectangle breathing. And I'm going to choose this affirmation. It says, I can face my fears. So I must be feeling scared in the yellow zone. So once I've done that, then I'm going to choose my timer and set it up. So we used to have sand timers and they didn't work very well. So now we're switching to these. So we're going to push this button once. And you guys can see the 1. And then I'm going to push it again so that it says 2. Okay? And that lets me know that I have 2 minutes. So now I'm going to start my timer. And I'm just going to put it in front of me. Then I can choose tools. Okay, tools to look at and tools to hold. So we currently have our timer. So we have a gel timer in there and another gel bubble timer. So those are tools that I can look at. Okay, but I also might have tools like putty already in there. And that putty is something that I can pull out and be squishing and stretching. So that's a tool to hold. And then we also might still have our marble fidgets. That is a tool to hold. Or our little squishy, stretchy mat. Okay, again, a tool to hold. Or our magic wand, which is a tool to hold and to look at. Some of us might also have some of these building flakes. And when we have these, we can pull them out. And we can build things by connecting them like this. Okay? And we can build new structures. We're going to be adding to these, so if you don't have them, you will. Okay? So those are all tools that we might have had in our break box already. Now we're going to talk about all the tools that we're adding to the toolbox.
This is so exciting, Heart River, that we get to add these great new tools to help us stay in the learning ready green zone. The first tool that I'm going to share with you is you're going to have a little kind of magic write board. And so on it, there's a pen that connects right to it. And after you set your timer, this is a great tool to just doodle and draw on. And once you can see when you do that, it kind of, you can see there. And if I don't like that, I just have the delete button and it makes it go away. So it's kind of like magic disappearing. And so while I'm sitting comfortably, I can just be doodling and drawing. I could maybe write about things. I could maybe write that positive affirmation that I chose. Just really calming and coloring. The colors are really colorful. And when I'm all done, I'm just going to delete it and stick it back into the break box. So this is a really great new tool to help us calm, and it's all connected together, so we don't need a lot to use when we use this tool, but it's very calming and helps my brain get back to ready to learn.
We also are adding some of these little string balls, so they're fun to touch, and we can use them to help us to calm down as we focus in on the feelings on our hand, the back of our hand, okay? Or our arms we could even do. Or we can stretch it and notice that and have some of our muscles engaged to help us too. So it can be something that helps to kind of wake us up. It could be something that helps to calm us down.
Next, we got these great visual sand puzzle, or not puzzles, but sand kind of timers. But these are great just to set out. This could be a great visual tool that you choose when you're getting ready, because when you set it out, you're able to just watch it, and then you can recite those positive affirmations in your head and take deep breaths to help you calm down. You can use those affirmations to get yourself pumped up for the day, that you're going to have a great day. And so this is a really cool tool to use visually that we're just going to set maybe on the table or on the floor in front of us to watch and help our bodies stay relaxed and calm so that we're back in that green zone ready for learning.
And one of the things that we've learned about calming down and regulating our emotions when we have those strong feelings is that it can be helpful to play, right? It can be helpful to distract our minds so that we're not continuing to think about whatever was upsetting us. So we have a variety of things to think about to change our thinking. And this one is a puzzle mat. So it's sewn in a bunch of different little rows. And there's a marble in here that you can scooch as you are pushing on it through these different puzzles. Okay? And you're trying to make it to a certain spot, trying to make it through the maze. So it's soft, it's nice, comfy texture, right? But then it also helps us to think and have fun by trying to figure out how to get the maze from one side, or the marble from one side to another.
Kind of continuing on that same line as the puzzle mat, we also have small little puzzle balls that really will help us change our thinking too. Sometimes it's helped just to distract our mind and give it a little break. So there is a little ball inside of there. And when I'm sitting and I have my visual going and my timer is going, I can just slowly concentrate on moving that ball inside of the puzzle and trying to get it to the ends. And so I'm really just focusing my attention on the puzzle ball that I'm using, and I'm maybe taking some deep breaths so that I can help distract my thinking and really get my body calm and ready back to learn.
And our last one that is kind of a maze is this. So you might have one that looks like this. You might have a different pattern, but all of them are going to have a play button somewhere on it. So the little triangle. Right? So the play is where we start, and you put your finger there, and then you'll notice there are little circles. That's where we stop. So this is a breathing maze board. So I start here, and then I breathe in, and then I hold till the next dot, and then I breathe out. And hold, and breathe in, and hold, and breathe out. And hold and breathe in and hold and breathe out and hold and then breathe in and hold and then breathe out. And so whatever your pattern is, you're just going to follow that. Okay, you start at the play, breathe in, hold, breathe out. Or you might just breathe in and out right away, right? So breathing in and then breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Okay. And it just depends. This one, you'll notice, didn't have the little small spaces. This one did have small spaces, okay? So you guys can practice with those and do some nice deep breathing with these different breathing patterns.
Also new to our box is a small brush, and the brush is really used, it can be an alerting tool, so something that can help us feel more awake by rubbing it on my hand, my arm, kind of just brushing. Like I might brush it down to maybe feel a little more calm. I might brush up to feel a little bit more alert. And so while I'm doing that, it's just a good calming and relaxing tool that we can use, and it can also be something that can help to alert us. So it's not too prickly and it's a little bit soft, but it definitely has a different texture, that keeping in mind that all the tools work for everybody. It's really kind of trying out, if you don't like that tool, then knowing to put it back and try to grab a different tool. So, you know, that this tool is a little bit more sensory. It's got a little bit more feel and touch to it. So keeping that in mind in our toolbox when we're choosing tools. So using this as an alerting tool and getting our brains back to that green zone ready to learn.
And our next one, you guys might notice these are going to have a variety of pipe cleaners. So I just chose 3, and I can use them just again to touch as a sensory piece. I can feel them. I can use it on my hand. I can draw patterns in the air, but I can also twist them together. I could braid them if I wanted to, or I could also build things with them, right? So I can twist them together, and I can maybe make like a little bit of a fort with it and see if I can get the fort to stay, right? So you can do lots of different things with these pipe cleaners.
Another kind of holding tool is that we have some little stretchy caterpillars that we can use them to alert ourselves, maybe stretching them. We can feel them, maybe tying them in a knot. They're a good little fidget while I'm trying, getting my brain calmed down so that I'm ready to learn. These are really great. They definitely have a bunch of different textures on them, and they do lots of different things, so they can be, even tied and twisted and stretched, and all kinds of different ways to just kind of hold and use this as a calming tool. Oh, sorry. I got one more. This one's really exciting. This is a big book of search and find. So when you use this book, you're not actually going to be using any pens or pencils or anything like that. This is great because then when you can open and find a page that you want to go to, and it gives you a list of all the things that you can find. So over here on the right, it says there's 2 aliens in this picture. So I'm going to search and see if I can find the 2 aliens. This is really great for distracting my thinking and giving my thinking something else to do. And that's maybe more focused, that it allows me to redirect my thinking. So I'm going to take my time and see how many of these things I can find in my 2 minutes that I'm using, that my timer is set. So lots of different pictures in here to search and find for, that there's great different, all interest areas of searching and finding things. This one's all about the ocean. So this is really exciting.
And throughout all of these tools, we're going to be continuing to use that positive self-talk, those deep breathing, to help us to really calm down our bodies and make them more comfortable. And we should be always checking in on our timer because it's not going to go off with a noise. So we have to be looking at it and making sure that we're watching the time. All right, so we just check in every once in a while to see how much time we have left so that we can be responsible and go back to our seats when we're ready. If we get to the end of our 2 minutes and we're still not ready in the green zone, ready to learn and comfortable, then we can go talk to an adult and ask for help. Okay? But this is our first round of Break Box Edition. So we're so excited for you guys to see all of these great new tools. Have a great day. Bye.